right, more on the breaking news here on MSNBC. We have some breaking news on this developing story today. Joining us now for the latest on this story, this conflict that's happening within the Russian border, NBC's Matt Wagner in London. Matt, what are you hearing?
Thank you, Richard. Well, a very astonishing development after what's been obviously an astonishing 24 hours in Russia. Yevgeny Prigozhin, the head of the Wagner mercenary group that has been on the march to Moscow, says that he is standing down. And in a statement that was issued just recently on his Telegram channel, saying that they wanted to disassemble his group and that is why they were marching. He understands now, though, that while no blood has been spilled so far, the time for bloodshed was coming. And understanding the responsibility of this, has chosen to turn back. Now, we are learning a little bit more from the Belarusian side. A Telegram channel close to the presidential administration in Belarus that is often used to issue statements says that Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko has actually been negotiating with Prigozhin all day and convinced him to stand down. So a very unexpected development. Moscow, of course, already on high alert. A day off planned on Monday for a counterterrorism operation. Unclear what will happen now. We're going to have to wait and see if Yevgeny Prigozhin actually turns around. It does not actually look, I'd say, as if the crisis is over yet. A lot could still happen here, but a very surprising turn of events, to say the least.
Now, it's hard to know. You have two reports right now, right? One coming from Yevgeny Prigozhin, as well as you're getting from the Belarusian leader, right, saying, I got this done. Has this been do we know anything in terms of how long this discussion has been happening outside with the Belarusian leader?
We do not, but suffice it to say, the Belarusian leader, at least the reports that we're hearing from Belarusian journalists who are close to the Belarusian president, Lukashenko is claiming that this has been going on all day, that he was kind of doing this on behalf of Russian President Vladimir Putin. We do know that the two of them spoke earlier about the situation, so there is a little bit of a timeline match there. So we certainly, I'd say, it's possible that that's very much what has been happening throughout the day. There were definitely a few times where Prigozhin seemed to be taking a step back from his incessant publishing of very angry audio messages throughout the day, kind of reinforcing his message and urging his guys on. So something is going on in the background, it seems. We're not entirely sure what role Putin played in this. We still have not actually heard anything from the Kremlin on this count, but from Prigozhin himself saying he's turning around. So we're going to have to see what exactly standing down looks like. He's saying that they're going to return to their field camps. We'll see.
Matt, going directly back to the social media post from Yevgeny Prigozhin, is he saying this in a way that is calm, braggadocious at all? Did he win? Is this what's in it? It's obviously hard to assess all of that, but he did post something. He did pick his language. He has not come out, at least in a very sharp way, against Vladimir Putin directly in name. And this might be consistent with that. What are you seeing in his post?
So I'd say his tone continues to be angry, but there's certainly a little bit of a calmer tone in this later message. He's essentially, he is agreeing to stand down, but he's pointing out that what he's done so far was in response, again, to an attack from what he says is the Russian Defense Ministry on his troops, again calling this a justice march, and refusing to take responsibility for being the one to start bloodshed between Russians. So he continued to have very sharp language. Just the way he speaks is very intense, and that's still in those audio messages, but definitely a step back from what we were hearing this morning.